Hello, folks, and welcome back to Tyranny. As always, of course, I am Falcon, your host. And we're picking up where we left off. We are in this region, blocked from trying to get to our objective, which was the Sunset Spire and Lefthian's Crossing. By the... what the hell are these guys called again? The Bronze... some shit or other? I don't know. This is the second in command, apparently, for the group, but she apparently is trying to take over the group. So, what the hell are these people called again? The Bronze Brotherhood. And it might be possible for us to support her and help her to take over. And in doing so, get ourselves in without having to just slaughter all of them. So a tall woman stands here, surveying the area from a small overlook. She glances at you and immediately goes back to watching her surroundings. Welcome to Ironhall Trail, Fatebinder of Tunon. Well, that's a better welcome than we've received from any of the others, so far, it's a good thing. With all that running around, I wasn't sure you were ever going to make it over here. I haven't yet made up my mind if I should be offended you didn't speak to me first, or happy I get the final word. I hope your will didn't vex you too much. He's a good enough sort. He just enjoys his job a little more than he should. Hint of a smile plays across the lips. He thinks he's being sly, taking a cut of every toll, but he's told practically everyone what he's doing by now. Did Raidamon have anything of note to tell you, or is he still wasting his time scouring dead bodies for information he'll never find? She looks south and sighs softly. Oh. I'll admit he's led this group to some minor glories, but I fear he will end up if... however we will end up if something doesn't change. She salutes you. My name is Welby, First Axe, for the Bronze Brotherhood. Though I'm not sure that title matters anymore. She pauses to gather her thoughts and opens her mouth to continue. Instead, she exhales slowly and shakes her head. Never mind. You needn't be burdened with my problems. What can I help you with? Tell me about your group. We're mercenaries. Plain and simple. I'm not going to pretend like it's anything more. While it's true we have, in recent years, been a little more stationary than your typical crew, it doesn't change the fact that our services can be purchased if the price is right. The voices made an offer to assure our cooperation, and we took it. If I had known Kairos would try to have us thrown out of our home afterwards, well, I probably would have still taken the reins, but I would have been a little more prepared for the inevitable conflict. Raidamon will try to sell you on our land and noble traditions, like we're some kind of altruistic saints who would do no wrong. That story's as old and smelly as Grandma Beastman's tail hairs. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to take a job that doesn't seem right to me. But a rain's a rain, and I will go where the money leads me. One point Raidamon and I will agree on is this. We did a job for Kairos, but we were not treated fairly. The Brotherhood is strong, and we have the numbers. We will fight to the last man, I just don't agree with Raidamon's methods. So what does it mean to... why are you forcing travelers to pay a toll? Raidamon will say it's because it's what we do, and part of me is inclined to agree with it. But if I were pressed, I would say his pride is hurt, and he's lashing out. He can be such a child sometimes. She looks quickly at her guards. Just watch yourself around him. He hasn't seemed completely in control of his faculties lately. It's frightening to see what he's becoming. Did you not swear an oath to your leader, Sellsword? I know that your loyalty was available to the highest bidder, but I never guessed that it extended into treachery. Raidamon's plans can doom our entire troop, and I intend to prevent that from happening. I am loyal, not blindly devoted to someone intent on marching me off a cliff's edge. What does it mean to be First Axe? I wish I knew, Fatebinder. The First Axe protects and consults with the First Brother. I'm supposed to be Raidamon's advisor, confidant, and guard. But lately his behavior has become erratic. He's acting paranoid, manic, and distrustful. My duty as First Axe is to protect the First Brother, but I'm also sworn to protect the Brotherhood. And if that means the removal of Raidamon, so be it. He has too many supporters in Lefthian's Crossing right now to speak out against him. What do you think has happened to him? Honestly, couldn't speak to the cause. The stress of leadership? The battle with Kairos' forces? His night in the old walls? Welby shrugs. It doesn't matter. Behavior is endangering the Brotherhood and must be stopped before we are destroyed. I fear people will be hurt by far more than a simple toll. She points south. He's over there searching corpses, looking for information I know he's not going to find. He's ambushed a patrol. He's going to anger an Archon. And for what? His pride? How would you run it? Wouldn't waste time and resources on petty vendettas. That much I can tell you. I like battle, and I like rings. With Brotherhood, we used to get both regularly. Now all we have is fear, suspicion, and blood. I want the disciplined regiment back, and I intend to have it. While I may agree that we were treated unjustly, Radamon's methods for obtaining restitution are despicable. Sounds to me like you're simply a coward. If you want something, you take it. Radamon is the right idea. True, acting like a child when you don't get what you want is not the behavior of a leader. Except in this case, the child is in control of an army capable of laying waste to his home. Buy your leaf, Fatebinder. Be careful. So... Oh, what's it? So... Okay... So... Like, I mean, I guess we could go tell Graven Ash about what happened here? Still around, Fatebinder. Hope you decided to move on already. Tell me what you want, or leave. Why are you charging travel as a toll to get through Ironhall Trail? I don't see how the affairs of the Brotherhood are your business, Fatebinder. Suffice it to say, the funds received from our tolls help us keep the lands around Lethian's Crossing safe. We're owed our dues, and we shall have them. We will speak again soon. We're going to leave, but we will come back. I'm going to go tell Graven Ash what you did, and that you've killed some of his troops. Kind of doubt he's going to take kindly to that. But for now, I don't think I can do anything short of just attacking you, which I'm not really a fan of doing. Would prefer not to do that. So, for now, at least, I am going to just return to Ironhearth and call it a day. For now. But rest assured, Mr. First Brother of the group, that there's going to come a reckoning, and you're probably not going to like it. And your first axe is probably going to have to step in to contend with it before you get yourselves killed. Okay, once again, a long-ass loading screen, but oh well. Oh, I love how we're getting, like, storm winds here because we're near to the storm. The one storm effect. And the one edict. Alright, so... Graven Ash is up there. Osmia? Who the hell is Osmia? Halfway's dead.
See that?
Oh. It's a chorus person. Makes sense. I was gonna say, that does not sound like a name from one of your people, but that's because it's not. What is this? Sigil of Life. Extra control life. Oh, so this is... Oh. It was rejuvenating sap. It was held by the hierarchical short-lived school of modeled bark, a collection of mages who turned their backs on civilization and studied in the isolation of remote forests. It is suspected that disease or misfortune entered their legacy, since all that remains of them are abandoned items or scraps of indecipherable lore. This is a good wet one for you to have. So good, in fact, that I'm going to actually look at your inventory and see if it is an improvement. Because, see, you have Sigil of Life on your one thing here. It is actually an improvement on the shock staff there. So I'm going to take it because it attacks a lot faster. So I'm going to take that. I'll let you keep the other staff, for the time being at least. But I'm not going to necessarily hold my breath. So you would do more damage with this because, I guess, because you're good with shock, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Because you have good control lightning, I think. Yeah. So you better control lightning than this guy probably does. Because his is only 42. Yep, so you do. So we could try that out. Wow, this Frost Staff is significantly better than the other weapon that you have there. What is freeze? Only on crit will it freeze a guy. And that's her weapon. But I actually think that this staff here is going to be better. Because her... Yeah, I think that's going to be the better option, actually. So the Storm Staff is not an improvement over that. Okay, so we'll go with that, because that looks like it actually could be useful. Alfonza. His favorite soldier chuckles with disdain at the Scarlet Chorus fighter. Consider it? Not for a second. We pick our soldiers from elite, northern families. We don't recruit from flies buzzing over a mass grave. Are the Disfavored so narrow-minded? I gained strength and delivered us across half a dozen battles with a line of fallen enemies in our wake. Not many conscripts can say the same. The question is not a matter of your skill, but of your breeding, your training, your pedigree. Notice in you the Iron Guard salutes. Hail, Graven Ash, Fatebinder. You might take a moment of your time. What do you want? This person comes representing the Scarlet Chorus gang. What did you call yourselves again? The Grinning Bleeders. You have a long and storied reputation in the Scarlet Chorus ranks. I know I just changed his name, but or his accent and voice, but screw it. Killers of the highest order, my gang. He puffs up his chest with pride. Before I was boss here, I ran with the broken shits. Oh, damn. The salty nightmares and the trap gang. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Everyone made a name for themselves during the war. In any case, he's asking to join the Disfavored. It's out of the question. I've explained this numerous reasons why we can allow it, but the wretch won't listen. Is that accurate? It is. We're not looking for special treatment, we're just a new beginning. Seeing as we're healthy, fit, and combat ready, the Ironclad should have no reason to refuse us. Sniffs. Especially since they're low on numbers. That may be true. It's no excuse to pollute our respectable ranks with your company. We're more than capable. Put any weapon in our hands or send us on any suicide mission. Be a mercy compared to what we faced under the Voices of Narat. If we joined up, the Disfavored wouldn't have to compromise their staunch northern morals and take the bloody work off their hands. You want me to decide it. We must know Kyrus' laws back to front, and I trust you know our traditions as well. If it peels this lamprey off my backside, I'll allow it. Speaking for my gang, we'll accept your judgment. We're eager to crack some tears and skulls with Kyrus' army again, no matter what color they wear. Let me take your testimony first. Of course, there's nothing to hide. Why can't they join? Where do I start? Not only does Graven Ash handpick his Disfavored for the decorated northern stock, he takes a personal interest in our training and our education. We're sons and daughters. To accept anything less in our ranks would hold the very process in contempt. The only capacity they could serve would be manual labor, hauling wagons or digging latrines, but that's work of slaves and not what they've come requesting. So why this interest in the Disfavored? Better training, better quarters, iron weapons. Disfavored of everything we wanted out of joining the military. We want to serve Kairos to the best of our abilities. Is that asking too much? Old Ironclad here seems to think so. Their respect for command leaves something to be desired. Why did you leave the Scarlet Course? Our old gang boss fell at the last battle of Endrian's Wall. We saw how the Disfavored operated and realized it was a chance for a better life. A longer one, too. I know I change his voice every time he talks. Details. Desertion happens every day in the Scarlet Course. I can't tell you that we won't be missed. I can tell you that we won't be missed. So what's my help worth to you? Playing that game, are we? Managed to pop a few handfuls of rings. Fair trade for starting a new life. Train with the Disfavored, but I can't allow you to join. Alright, look. Ready to make my ruling. You abandon your duties. Execution is the only recourse. Wow! That escalated really quick. You're no longer in the military. Go live civilian lives and keep Kairos' peace as best you can. Consign you to hard labor, hauling wagons and digging latrines. So only if we take his money are we able to kind of make them happy. But... I mean, I don't want to just execute him. I think that's a little mildly extreme. Especially right now, because they're leaving the Scarlet Course, which has turned into basically our enemies. We should reward people for leaving the Scarlet Course. And again, so the digging latrines thing is out, so I'm going to have to go with this one. Mercy, compassion. More than they deserve, but I'm glad to see it all the same. We've seen too much of the Scarlet Course to return to normal life, but I won't deny that putting down roots is a tempting idea. In time, the Course may just conscript us all over again. As long as it gets them out of Ash's fort, suffices for my needs. Thank you, Fatebinder. Oh, so they didn't actually seem that pissed off about it. So that's good. Oh, and we got his loyalty ability. Cool. Alright, I like it. So we have versus. I need a little bit more fear with you to get your fear ability. And we need more everything with Lantry to get either of his abilities. We are a friggin' mile away from losing any of their shit. Oops. Welcome to Ironhearth. Why can I not loot whatever the hell this is? Oh, apparently because I was already looting. Never mind. So, hi? Aklos, 32nd Legion. Didn't I talk to you, like, back in the day? There's no lack of order, but a servant in the court is always welcome. Join our missing commanders. Missing commanders? And a Scarlet Course lieutenant pinned down. I'm afraid we have our hands full, so they can spare a moment for conversation. Something from me? What about this lieutenant? Seems our troops have seen this little maggot of a Scarlet Course lieutenant covering it over at Cradle Village. One of her same guy who's been ransacking our caravans the past few weeks. If I wasn't already handling something for Ash, I'd go and skin the filth myself. You being here simplifies matters. Make sure this lieutenant doesn't leave the village with his life. Alright. Give you a pitch in. No little more than the loss of one more course we're at. Whatever. Don't particularly want to just ask you a bunch of... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Don't particularly want to just ask you a bunch of random-ass questions, because, frankly, I don't give a shit. Stall contained spoils acquired on the battlefield, all but neatly organized and labeled.
That wasn't so hard.
Free goodies. Some resolve and some loot. Alright. Well, there's a place we can rest if we were so inclined. We don't need to, though, so there's no point. So going inside there is where Graven Ash is. So
Spotted
we don't do
something
that just yet. What we got? Ooh, another gem. Production of new potions isn't keeping up with demand. Many of these bottles are nearly empty. That's probably not good. Sandals. Basically, primarily junk. Bronze bracers. Heavy armor again, so not helpful to me right now. Quartermaster, I'm going to assume that you are... What limits are those? Nothing personal. I'll show you. Graven Ash wants to control supplies without restricting access to his army supporters. The finest arms, the freshest provisions are reserved for the soldiers under his direct command. I'm sure you understand. Yarkin makes our protection very seriously. Is the agent of the court not deserving enough? Soldier hesitates. Tunon's vassal, I'm sure that you're afforded certain luxuries that don't extend to us. Same goes with the Disfavored. Arkan Ash recruited us from the Northern Empire, so we're subject to his favor, such as his right. This is a slight, a disgrace, I demand compensation. Alright, let me see what you got. I'm not going to be a dick about it. I could be. I'm kind of tempted to be, I'm not going to lie, but I guess I'll be nice. Martyr. Heal nearby allies when defeated. Oh. That's kind of cool. Any other abilities? Ones with abilities? I think this is... What is this? Oh, it's a... Oh, it is a dagger. Okay, so it could be thrown. Interesting. Okay, could I equip that as a one-handed weapon, then? This is considerably better than, Actually, it's considerably better, than both of my weapons. Or no, not really so much the hammer. But it is considerably better than Rotten Ruin, which I like because of the explosion thing that it does, but I don't know that it's necessarily that useful, really. Well, enemies with energy triggering violent explosions on death. I have yet to see this actually, like, do anything, really. Like, I haven't seen it, like, hurt other enemies. I assume that it does, but I don't have no real reason to believe that it actually does. So I'm kind of tempted to buy that one weapon. The Iron Sword here would actually be a significant improvement on damage. Over Rotten Ruin. Quite significant, and also has better armor penetration. Kind of do like the this ability, this thing though, because it does have this ability on it, but it doesn't do as much damage. But it does give me a ranged attack with my basic attack, which would actually be potentially valuable. I would just have to be careful to make sure that I'm using it correctly. So, what about you? I have to remember that you do have a little less... it's alright. Vanguard armor. I can't use that kind of thing because you can't take off his equipment. And we don't want that for anything else. Ooh, Sigil of Stone. Spells that manipulate stone. Can I even use it? Oh, I could. Okay, so we need to see if we can buy that, and then I want to see if I can buy... see if I can manage to buy the sword, or the javelin, or... man, words. See if I can buy the dagger there, but I don't know if we'll actually manage to accomplish that or not. This guitar isn't bad, so I might keep it around for verse. This is the exact same thing. The guard bronze dagger here is the same shit. So, I will sell the one. Actually, do they have a price difference? Are they the same? I think they're the same. Yeah, okay, so sell the one. Aaron Falcata here, I don't think is good enough. Keep around. This is a pretty good two-handed weapon, but I need somebody to use it. Same with that armor, but again, we need somebody who can actually use it, and we don't have anyone who can right now, so there's really no point in looking at it. I'm keeping the Earthshaker staff around solely because if we run into enemies that need, like, his various attacks that he has already don't do anything against, then the staff might be useful. But I have no actual specific reason to keep the staff around because I can't, for the most part, use it. Same goes with these, like, most of this armor and shit that I've picked up isn't really... So there's very little actual purpose for me right now. Pretty much none of this armor, because it's all heavy armor. Like, every damn weapon that we've found is all freaking heavy armor, and it's all basically useless to me. Because it's heavy armor, and I can't use heavy armor. I have only one person who's wearing heavy armor, and that's Barrick, and he can't remove his armor. So, other heavy armor does nothing for me. We're stuck with the one that he already has. And we just have to continue to be stuck with the one that he already has. Don't really want to sell all of their special loot, so I'm trying not to. Compare this to you. Yeah, so this is not worth anything to me. So I'm going to sell all of this stuff. It gives me 72 things. 72 bronze rings. Which is almost enough to get us a single iron ring. Not quite, but we're damn close. Unfortunately, I don't think I can buy the spell, which I definitely want. And this. No, I won't be able to. Nope, won't be able to. What about the sword here? I can buy the sword. And that sword is actually an upgrade over... It's actually a better upgrade if I'm looking solely at melee damage. I just wanted this because it gave me a ranged attack as well. Which isn't necessarily that important, but it would still have been a little bit nice to have available. But having said that, I think I'm going to just buy the I mean, how much are we short? How much are we short? I'm not short that much. Oh. That doesn't sell me. That doesn't do anything for me. Damn. Unless I sell like some gear, which I don't want to do. Yeah, like if I go in here and sell some other gear, I could probably get up to the point that I could use it, that I could buy it. But I don't really want to do that because I kind of want to keep the other gear that we have right now. Yeah, I will sell that staff though. It's not that good. All right, I'm not gonna buy anything actually right now because I kind of want to buy the blinding oath, or binding oath rather, because that's a unique weapon, I believe. So I'm going to, hold off on doing anything right now, even though I'd rather kind of not. But let's look at the stone thing here real quick, just because I want to know what we got. Flesh to stone petrifies the enemy. Spelled very inaccurate. Stone spike. Observe earth and send it flying towards a foe, interrupts the target, and deals pierce or crush damage, whichever is greater. Oh, interesting. and it can interrupt them, so that could be potentially kind of cool. I could give it an AoE. Do not have the skill to do damage and AoE, though. Interesting. Now what about this? Gift of the Golem. Extra armor, but movement speed goes down. That's actually not bad. I'm kind of tempted to equip that spell, because then I could use it to buff you could use it to buff Garrick when he's going in on big fights. Unfortunately, the only two people who can use it, I don't particularly want to change any of the spells that they're using right now. So that is a problem. Sigil of Vigor. Then we need a Sigil of Life for that one. Life is the one that I really want to get. Mouth Breather Nefcio. Oh my. That's a name if I've ever heard one. It must be the Fate Binder of Tunon. His favorite Ironwalker bows. Welcome to Iron Earth. I'm sure the Graven Ash appreciates any help you can offer. Great circumstances have a way of coming together, so this favor is always stretched thinner than we would like. What can I do for you? Why are you so overworked? We're trying to shoulder the brunt of the Civil War without the strength of numbers. The Scarlet Chorus can throw 1,000 disposable bodies at an issue without a second thought, but we're forced to do a little more. We're forced to be a little bit more discriminating. We might be trained to deal with the stress of combat and all-night drills, but we're fatigued even by the high standards we set for ourselves. No, not that I need to burden an agent of the court with my misgivings. Once this war is over and the fears are probably subdued, my hope is that Kairos dispatches some relief troops to support the occupation. We all deserve a season of rest. The court is always receptive to the needs of soldiers. Your point is noted. That's very generous of you to say, Fatebinder. I'm grateful to know that someone is listening. So where were you during the conquest? After the Edict of Storm hits, I spend some time among the ruins of Stalwart, digging out survivors from the Legion, afraid I didn't find much. Must have moved on by then, else we would have assembled a team to excavate you. My prison moved with me. There was no reason to tarry. Thinking about the brothers and sisters we left behind, sometimes I can imagine that I hear their voices on the wind. Alright, so you actually have nothing to talk to me about. Of any real significance, anyway. Alright, so let's go in here and talk to Graven Ash, and hopefully we can find some information, or we can acquire something to do. Something to help us here. Courts list all known Scarlet Chorus outposts and strongholds, as well as trope compositions. It's safe to assume that Graven Ash has his own eyes and ears within the ranks of his enemies. I mean, I'm sure he does. He would be kind of foolish not to. Alright, Graven Ash, what's up? Fatebinder, it's good of you to report in. These days, it's difficult to judge. Enough to judge friend from foe. I'm pleased to recognize you as the former of the two. Favors you with a curt nod. After what transpired at Vendrian's Well, the Disfavored must hold fast to our allies. We're here because of your support of the siege, but I don't mistake your confidence for devotion. The Scarlet Chorus would not have you. I'm here to serve you and the Disfavored and stop the war. Hope you convinced me that I made the right choice. Tunon is my master and he stands above your petty squabbles. That is actually entirely true, but... wish I could see what the... Oh, you're actually showing me No, you're showing me... No, I guess my favorite with them is actually there. I'm actually okay with getting in some wrath here. I hope you convince me that I made the right choice. Convince you? It's hardly my job to convince you of anything. Serving me will engender trust between us, and opportunities may allow you to rise above your standing as the adjudicator's clerk. Be my soldier for a time, not disfavored, the closer than most will ever get. What is it you require? How can I continue to be of service? There are troubled times for all, but none more so than the forces of Kairos. Our organized defense has been splintered, loyalties are challenged at every level of command, and much that we have built during the conquest crumbles under its own weight. We had thought the Vengeance Guard were the final death rattle of this region's defiance. We were wrong. The Tears have risen up against Kairos, emboldened by their countrymen. And while the Disfavored labor to maintain order, that serpent in the voices of Nerat grows his army of lunatics and sellswords, preparing to lash out when we least suspected. So our little exercise in defiance wasn't a total failure. Try and find some cold comfort in that knowledge. May no peace while the voices of Nerat lives, and no order while the Scarlet Chorus rampages across these lands. The elimination of chaos must be our first priority. Then we will have our time to govern the Tears as Kairos intended. And I depend upon your support against this scourge. Tell me about the uprising. Try not to bother myself with the details. These objectors will be dealt with and forgotten soon enough. I know of the Unbroken, a group of former stalwart miscreants that arose in the Blade Grave, arming themselves with a misguided sense of national pride. Beyond them, the dissident elements of this fallen realm interest me little. What would you have me do? Our position of authority in the Blade Grave is far from secure. We need to establish ourselves in the region in order to cultivate our strength for the battle to come. As soon as I'm confident in our chances, we will depart this realm and wipe the Chorus threat from the face of Terratos. The Unbroken, former daughters and sons of Stalwart, vex our efforts to secure this region. The Edict of Storms offers them cover. They slip past our patrols in the light of day, hiding their movements behind clouds of dust and debris. Kairos cast this blight in the country to set an example, not to plague those of us loyal to the north. You must travel to Sentinel Stand and seek out Stratus Hirodin. He is the last of the old Stalwart bloodline who called themselves regents. Put him to the sword and end this edict once and for all. Who is Stratus Hirodin, the last of an elder bloodline that ruled Stalwart and maintained its dignity. He's also a filthy coward. During the last battle of Stalwart, he crouched behind the walls of Sentinel Stand, Keep, and refused to meet our forces on the field of battle. Why is he so important? He would neither surrender nor impel his soldiers to do so. As such, Kairos decreed that storms would ravage the country until the regent was dead. Stratus Hirodin was free to kill himself, of course, but he was either too proud or too gutless for the task. So why has no one killed him yet? Because he persists in crouching behind the walls of Sentinel Stand. While the Edict of Storms rages around the Citadel, no one has been able to enter or exit since the last year of the conquest. No bird or missive has left the wind wall either. The edict is all the proof we have that Hirodin still lives. Tell me of the edict. Kairos visited the plague upon the people of Stalwart to punish the leader's cowardice. We thought the edict would have been dispelled long ago, but to our dismay it endures. The rust and debris filling the air is a source of constant irritation and hampers our ability to conduct this war on our terms. You should consider the subjugation of Stalwart, the ending of this edict, tasks of equal importance. Thankfully, your goals are well matched. The persistence of the edict is tied to Hirodin's bloodline. Kairos decreed that the storms will continue until the last of the regents is slain. And the regents to end the edict, and return to be victorious. I understand what must be done. I'll make for the Blade Grave at once. Find the last regent, kill him, and end the Edict of Storms, and staunch the seeping wound of rebellion once and for all. Downfall of the Unbroken and the old regent will send a message to the Tears. Our rule is absolute, and dissidence will not be tolerated. We don't find a common ground with the people of Stalwart. Your decency is a breath of fresh air, considering how long I've endured the company of coarse rapists and murderers. People of Stalwart made their choice when they refused to bend the knee. They were aware of the stakes, and even the edict has not changed their hearts. Cooperation is a naive hope that died long ago. Well, I'm gonna travel there and judge by my own shit.
You learn something every day.
Well, if your perspective is as lawful and orderly as it ought to be, the right path should seem clear. The Unbroken must be destroyed, and the edict must end. Should you arrive at any other conclusion, I suggest that you stifle your opinion and follow orders like any good soldier. There's only one other matter to discuss. My daughter went missing in the second year of the conquest. I have reason to believe she is trapped in the fortress of Sentinel Stand. If you can find Amelia, bring her home. How do you know she's there? The one location in all of Stalwart we cannot reach. If her detachment of soldiers was taken captive, she would have been placed beyond my power, no doubt for the southern wretches to use for negotiation. Tell me about her. She has her father's stubborn persistence. She's an excellent fighter, the more brazen and eager to test herself on the field of battle. I have objected to this disposition since in the past, but it seems as integral to her being as the very breath she draws. Our relationship has endured its challenges. The last several years, I have been a better general to her than a father. Once the war is over and she is restored to the Legion, I hope we can find in ourselves know each other once more. Why do you think she's still alive? We've traveled together through this fallen, corrupt land. You're no doubt aware of the aegis I extend to my troops. It's the boon I grant my Northerners for loyal service and devotion to our shared cause. That's of course, his ability to heal people. As my army feels my guardianship, I am keenly aware of them in turn. Their concern, their pain, is my burden to carry as a leader. Amelia is alive. I have awoken at night in cold sweats, my bile rising with violence. What torment she suffers at the hand of these stalwart animals is a mystery. I only want her restored to health. Restored to heal in the company of the Legion. Could she have willingly abandoned her duties? If I knew I'll ensure her safe return, sounds like a conflict of interest. I'll bring her back if I have time. That's a bad move. I don't want to gain too much of your wrath, but I do want to gain a little bit. I don't particularly want to gain Graven Ash's wrath, though. I want Disfavored wrath, not Graven Ash specifically. If I find her, I'll ensure her return. That's all I ask. Millie's but one soldier, and if I had the forces to dispatch, I would make her retrieval my highest priority. She's a commander of the highest renown, and a paragon of northern values. Fatebinder, I offer you my support on this mission. Bladegrave is a place of memory. Left many cohorts buried among the ruins, and no small part of myself as well. Could you elaborate? The matter is a sensitive one, but I fear to speak in the company of the great general, though he doubtless knows it already. Speak on, son of Barakonin. Nothing I've seen you accomplish in the field has diminished you in my eyes, and I know my soldiers as well as I know myself. Nods approval. I lost countrymen by the hundreds in the last day of the Stalwart campaign, and for my troubles I became fused in this armor. The Bladegrave is the last place I ever felt human. That's all I will say about it now. The last battle of Stalwart was a terrible time, perhaps most of all for you who survived. I mourn those we lost, and recite their names often during the morning drills. We cannot restore their broken bodies in the north, to the north, but we can remember them as they were. Is that all? Your manner has changed. Stand straighter, and for a moment you can't tell if he's going to lash out or crumple into himself. Prepared for anything. After a long pause, his soldiers sagged the slightest bit. My cohort marched on Sentinel Stand to complete a mission, but we failed. The walls of the keep defied us, and the last region of Star refused to meet us in battle. Coming of the edict cut us off from our objective. Because of this, the Bladegrave is also a place of regret. You've invested much in this mission. Of course you can accompany me. I appreciate that, Fatebinder. Graven Ash is attentive and understanding to each of his troops, and it pleases me to see his example in you. And in you, Armored One. Never forget that I found you at the mere germination of your potential, and you have accomplished much in the ensuing years. He's almost a level 4, so we're pretty good with that. Thank you, General. Though it's impossible to tell through his helmet, you assume that Barrack is blushing. The map is already marked with the position of the Sentinel Stand. It would take me 100 lifetimes to forget those old walls of the day the edict shadowed our advance. Alright, I just leveled up. Sweet. Okay, so you did not provide me with the thing that I was hoping to get out of you. So, having failed that, I think we're actually going to go ahead and end the episode here. I'm actually going to return to the Spire, and we will rest at the Spire. Interesting that... Oh, because you're using ranged weapons? Oh, no, it's on everybody, actually. Never mind. Yeah, range damage is not the thing to be using, it looks like. So we can go to Sentinel Stand, but I actually want to return to the Spire. Because I want to see... really quick... Well... Oh, we could go to... Kato Village. Let's actually go check that out real quick. See if we can complete that little side mission. And then we will have a little stop by Iron Hall Trail. Next episode. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, that didn't actually take very long at all. Confront Mouth Breather and Nefcio. Let's save the game here real quick, in case things go horribly wrong, because they might, who knows.
I'll stay downwind of our enemies.
This is another damn village. These villages don't always go well for us. Kato Setos fled as the Chorus forces approach. His home, like most others, has been abandoned. Oh, this Disfavored setup.
Can't do
these
that.
Guys. So this actually could go really quick then, because we're not fighting these guys alone.
I'll stay downwind of our enemies.
Alright, let's real quick level up our main character. I'm going to up that so you do some more damage. Right now, and then... I lose if any heavy armor is worn, but I actually... disarm a target? That could be useful. I kind of want to go... Alright, let's actually take... That could actually be pretty useful, because that would be it's kind of a heal-ish type ability. Extra damage for 30 seconds. Add a bunch of defensive bonuses when we do the thrust ability. What's the radius? 3 meters, so it's not very large. 5 on that, and 5 on that. Let's actually go with this, because I think this might help me. Okay, so give me a little bit of a heal. That could be useful. Extra spell slots would be really nice. By you and your party members. Interesting. Oh, that's actually for a period of time. So it kind of gives everybody the sneak attack thing, but it's actually not just at that first attack. It's for a little while. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. I kind of like that ability. He's pretty good. Alright, so let's go in here on these guys then. Let's maybe not go in on the front though. Let's go around behind and have the aid of the disfavored troops that are here. Throw down your weapons, Mouth Breather Nefcio, and I give you my word that you and your men will be brought back to Ash unharmed. Only to face hard labor, the executioner's axe. Would Ash just forget about the caravans we hijacked? Think we just sweep that under the rug? Soldier softens in the tone, but you detect an undercurrent of something dangerous. Don't deny that you will answer to Graven Ash. His word is law, and you will find yourself subject to his mercy. He barks a fatalistic laugh. I'm already familiar with Ash's mercy. He doesn't tolerate the Scarlet Chorus, no matter if we had a decorated career. Could earn my name 10 times over under Voices of Narat, and it wouldn't matter in Graven Ash's estimate. far as he's concerned, we're just brigands and pirates, and he grudges us for fighting in his war. Debate all you want. You have nowhere to go. Drop your weapons, or die here where you stand. Sucks to your options. I have a better idea. Get her, boys! So who's the leader? That guy. Okay. Oh, he's not even showing up as an enemy right now. At least not right this second, anyway. Okay. Alright. This is my first battle without, what's-her-face along with us. So that's actually, of some concern. It's actually of some degree of concern. Alright, start blasting people in the face, because you guys are going to need some damage done to these guys. Zoom in a little bit so we can actually see what the hell's going on over here, because right now we are presently not really looking at things like I would like to be looking at them. Alright, so this actually will be very useful to us right now, more so than... Well, we're blowing through these guys pretty damn fast here, that's for sure. Do a leg sweep on this bastard. Let's blow some bitches up. Let us blow some bitches up. Did he come into a fight? I don't see him. Did he leave? I think he left. Coward!
Somebody saw that, right?
Cowardly fool!
You'll have to hit harder than that!
Have to hit harder than that? Alright. I can do that. You ain't gonna like the outcome, though. I was trying to avoid that. It's my own fault, though. I didn't do the healing like I should have been doing.
This weapon is entirely worthless.
Well, you're gonna die real quick. You're definitely gonna die real quick. And I'm actually kind of annoyed that I took damage to you at all. But oh well. And explode. And explode. Stay out here and what? Keep an eye out for him or something? Didn't actually catch what you said there. Oh, those are just better in every conceivable way, so I will be taking those then. Oh yes. Definitely a substantial improvement over what I am wearing elsewise. Alright, so what do we got? Bunch of junk? Cool. Bunch of junk. Alright, now these can go into down here. What is that? What the fuck is that? Sigil from the Merchant House Handover Quill. The hell did we even get that? What? I don't even know where we got that from. Anyway, we ended up with the thing. I don't know where we got this thing, but... I mean, okay, sure. I guess. Gives extra precision? Okay, actually I will take that. We already have one of those, so... so actually we found two armor upgrades, but I will give that one to you. Not so much an upgrade for you, and actually not that much of an upgrade for you. It has better deflection, admittedly, but... Yeah, okay, I'll give it to you anyway. And for now, I will stick these down here. Alright, so...
Sorry, I can't.
Gotta go in after this dude. He went into the building. He went into the building. Hopefully that one did not last long. Holy shit. Okay, well, this
Cut the banter and stay low.
could prove to be a little bit of a problem. Alright, so go ahead, put all the buff things that we've got on all the people that we've got them on. Did you have a buff spell? Did I not give you a buff spell? I did not give you a buff spell. Well, shitstorms.
I will aid you. Stepping.
Well, shitstorms, Batman. Alright, haste on you.
As you command.
Okay.
Nope.
Curses, no way out. Hey, you! Assuming from that look on your face, you're not here to help me escape. Turn yourself over to the Disfavored and be spared. As if I would ever believe such a lie, I'd just as quickly run my blade through my guts and face a swifter death. But I'll start by killing you. It would be boring to die alone. It would be also highly unfortunate to have to, you know, not have to not be able to slaughter you all.
Sorry.
Bam! Knocked them all down. Sweet. Alright, so now throw out the most powerful attacks that we've got on these guys. I want to try and blow as many of them up as possible. As quick as possible. So let's just stack Rhyme Spike on that dude. Actually, target the other guy for a second. And hopefully all that combined, will blow that guy to bits. And then if you do... If you can do this on him... Sweet, so that taunts him. Blast this guy. Keep the damage coming down on him. Oh, do Mother's Embrace on that. And that'll silence his ability to cast spells. There, now you can't cast spells, bitch. So fuck you. Cast this thing, because this will do some AoE damage for us. Get some nice AoE damage going for us. Actually, that's not gonna do much, so never mind. Don't even bother. Screw it. Whatever. You can do your thing. He's fine. He's fine.
As you command.
Alright, so do you have any abilities left that I haven't used? Combat abilities, anyway. Left that I haven't used. Not especially. Although you can use this one, I guess.
That's how it's done.
Alright, move away for a moment, please. You need to heal. Actually do that because it'll heal everybody. Because everyone has been slightly hurt. No one's like seriously hurt, but everyone's slightly hurt, so that will let you heal everyone.
By your command.
Get that working on that guy again.
Says you can't teach an old I'll take care of it.
And explodinate your face. Alright, well, that went horribly for all of you. It's actually a substantial improvement on the weapon I'm using. What about you? Oh, it's a big improvement on for you, too. Primarily because of the accuracy, but... Oh, because the Iron Axe versus Bronze, you lose armor penetration. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna put it in my inventory for right now. I'm not entirely convinced that I
That wasn't so hard.
want to use any specific
You want me to be
thing
subtle?
there.
Fine.
Okay, well, I think we completed the objective, so I will see you folks in the next episode. Take it easy, have a good day. Let's make sure that you don't have anything to say to us. I owe you my thanks. Okay, so nothing to say. Alright, so I will see you folks in the next episode. Take it easy, have a good day, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.